Hello again and welcome. This is Modern American Gangster, and this is news and current events. The date is 1/20/2026 when I am recording this. So let's get into it. First thing we need to talk about or discuss is the first thing that I want to touch on is this Pam Bondi Senate hearing where she basically just completely covers up for the satanic Jewish elite sex trafficking Epstein ring and tells everybody how great the economy is doing when they ask her how come she hasn't arrested a single Jewish satanic pedophile. And the Dow is at 50,000. Wow. It's like it's almost like they're trying to just really piss people fuck off and give you no solutions to the multiple questions people are asking. Like, what the fuck is going on with all this child sex trafficking? And it was such a horrible thing under Biden, the unaccompanied minors. And now they're just murdering and raping children. They're eating children. They're cannibalizing people. They're torturing them. They're like the most disgusting, demonic stuff you could ever do. It's a regular Tuesday for these fucking Jews who are raping, murdering, torturing, and eating people. They're doing all this evil stuff. No big deal. The Dow is at 50,000 whatever the fuck. The only people who benefit from the Dow Jones and the 401ks are boomer people. Okay. And the boomer people they've turned their back on everyone and they'll turn their back on civilization and children as long as they've got enough money to buy another rental property or to go on another deluxe cruise to fucking Belize or wherever the fuck these people are going. So it's a very horrible thing that for money, you will look the other way as the satanic Jews who run the stock market and run the Federal Reserve and run all this stuff, you will let them get away with anything they want in order to profit in some way. And they'll say they're not directly profiting, but they are, because this is all part of the larger plan of disclosure. And the same can be said for Bitcoin and all this other stuff. As long as you're profiting, you turn and look the other way and plead ignorance and say, oh, we didn't know this was all going on. But we know it is because now it's come out that it was a God creation, this Bitcoin, in order to launder money from sex trafficking. And Eric Trump and Don Jr. and Aaron Trump and all the fucking Trump family is making multiple millions and millions of dollars. They're making bank off the Bitcoin because it's going to go to 10 million bajillion gajillion dollars. And they're all going to be rich. So, you know, when uh, when it's time to pay the bill on the sex trafficking, they'll lower the age of consent back down to 12 or 13 or something, and then it's completely legalized. And that is the end game of these Jewish satanic pedophile people. They want legalization, child sex, child rape, adrenochrome, and they're gonna disclose human cloning. So it's okay if we clone a person and then torture them to death for their blood so we can drink it in our Jewish rituals. That's okay because it's not really a person. And it's just the amount of madness that is being, it's being normalized is insanity. That we've come to the point where they are openly trying to legalize their horrific Jewish behavior as just, hey, this is how it is. And you don't want to be anti Semitic. You don't want to be mean. because of what Adolf Hitler did in the Holocaust. So this is something that we're going to have to really plan ahead. And it's like, well, we're going to boycott the stock market. That'll kill them. Well, people who are not boomers don't have any money for the fucking stock market. And people who aren't super fucking wealthy in the upper 0.5% of the population have no money for fucking Bitcoin. We can't even afford fucking rent when they keep raising the prices of everything because of the failed economic state of the United States. So it's something we're going to be looking for. This giant economic crash is coming, and it's all part of the same web of destruction, which is connected to satanic, evil, pedophile Jew people and the society and how they manage it, because they're in charge of everything. Banks, the media, the pharmaceutical companies, the real estate, the everything. They run everything. And until we decouple from these evil satanic people, we're never getting out of this. We have to address this problem. We have to undo everything that was done after World War II, which is Operation Paperclip, and how all these satanic Nazi national Zionist people infiltrated all aspects of our government in order to install this new world order and the world we are slowly moving into with this 2030 agenda. So, next, we're going to talk about the Iran burning the giant statue of Baal. And when you burn a ginormous Luciferian statue of Moloch, the Jews have said that is anti Semitic and a declaration of war against them. And the normie NPC people they have no idea any of this is going on. They choose to not look at it, not accept it, and it's just how much more evidence do you need that these Jews are satanic? They worship Satan, Baal, Moloch, Lucifer, Beelzebub, whatever you want to call it. They worship Satan. And when you burn a giant effigy of their Luciferian satanic god, there is nothing more anti Semitic to a Jew than burning a statue of Satan. So the normie people will just, I don't know, you can't find any normal person who's even heard of any of this stuff. They just completely tuned out and are in a completely different reality where they just don't practice. As long as the sports game's on, as long as the Super Bowl's on, or now the baseball or the NASCAR or whatever it is, they couldn't care less that children are being raped and tortured by these Jews. And it's said that the Jews have the largest skin banks in the world, more human skin than China, with billions of people. Now, where are they getting all this human skin from? These demons are skinning these Palestinian people, taking their skin and selling it to the wealthy elites for fucking jerky or facelifts or whatever it is. And it's just, hey, they're Jews. This is what they do. We're not going to address it. We're not even going to address it. Even though it is a massive problem that isn't being solved or addressed because many of these Jews are good friends with President Trump and no action can be taken against them. The same people who will tell you Adolf Hitler turned their family into a lampshade are the same people harvesting thousands of cubic foot of human skin in their skin farms. And that's okay because, that's part of their religion. And then we had a high level arrest of Prince Andrew take place. And the QAnon people told everyone, ha ha ha, we told you arrests were coming. Here we go, buckle up. Get your popcorn ready. Enjoy the show. Here we go. Trust the plan. First arrest. First field indictment will go fast forward. Ready, Anon. Buckle up. The arrests are here. And 12 hours later, less than 12 hours later, he is released. Okay. And the QAnon people then keep their fucking mouths shut and move on to the next bullshit. QAnon talking points and fucking bullshit gotcha memes. And nothing ever happens, and these people will never admit they're wrong because they're in with the secret military space force government and the Trump Q team. They're anons, digital soldiers fighting to stop this um, sex trafficking and all this stuff. While they look the other way, no one's arrested. No one's been arrested from 2016 to 2020 during Trump's first term. And then supposedly through continuity of government, Trump was the president under the Biden regime because Biden's an actor in a mask. And still, no fucking arrests during 2020 to 2024, and now we're in 2026. Still no arrests, but that's not going to stop the QAnon people. They're still trusting the plan. And the digital soldiers and the Anons are going to call all this out and buckle up and get ready and enjoy the show. And Trump tweets about having popcorn on popcorn day. Remember when you got your popcorn ready? Military arrests are coming. Get ready, patriots. Buckle up and enjoy the show. It never fucking goes anywhere, people. You like the same people who are saying we're going to stop the satanic pedophiles will never acknowledge that they're all Jewish. It's Jewish. It's a Jewish thing. It's Jewish religion. It's a Jewish philosophy. It's a harvesting the life energy of the Goyim cattle, which is everyone who's not Jewish. And they never will call this out as it's Jewish. Okay? It's Jewish, it's Jewish, it's Jewish. We just got through burning a statue of fucking Satan, and the Jews say it's anti Semitic. What the fuck do these people need to understand? It's all Jewish. I don't understand it at all. And this is why they're all controlled opposition, because it is cannot be more clear who is doing this and why they are doing it. It is so obvious, but we live in a false reality matrix paradigm, and we can never get out of these ruts in human civilization where we're going to let these people completely destroy every facet in Western life to support their Israel and to support their anti fucking anti-Semitism awareness and all this bullshit that they are putting us through. And all the boomer, MAGA, Q-tard people are in on this deception. Not all of them. Not all of them. Just 98.9% of it. But not all of them. Okay. Next, the Epstein Files are not going well for the current ruling elite. Absolute proven evidence of cannibalism and pedophilia, child rape, raping toddlers, raping babies, starving babies so they become more obedient sex slaves, torturing them, shocking them to death, drowning them in giant tanks, feeding off their blood and energy, using their blood and energy in these rituals, and implicating Trump in a lot of these files. But the Anons will tell you this is all part of this deception to expose all this stuff. While no one's arrested, no one gets arrested because the Dow is at 50,000 and the stock market is kicking ass. And the 401k plans of the boomers are doubling and making more money, and the Bitcoin's going up, and there's more money than ever. So, as long as the bank accounts are being filled, don't think any of these Masonic QAnon MAGA tard people are ever going to go against the hand of the controllers that keep their bank account nice and full. So the Epstein Files, implicate Trump, and what's the next thing that we could have called as if this is a scripted reality? Donald Trump, President Trump, is going to release all of the classified UFO files and the UAP files, and the existence of the aliens are going to be revealed to the people, and they're going to do all this. And meanwhile, no one fucking cares. Okay? It's the same. You've been telling us about these fucking aliens since 1940 fucking 9 when the Roswell crash happened. And no matter what these lying, Jew covering up Pizzagate cannibal people tell you is ever going to be the truth. So they're going to disclose just what they need to in order to get their next goals in place for this final New World Order 2030 agenda. Now, there's nothing I would like more than to finally have this supposed military plan kick into high gear and all these arrests take place. And, I thought that if, we'll just say, if nothing, then there's no arrests by the time the July 4th, 250th anniversary of America kicks off, America is going to fall. We do not have a government. We are under Zionist occupation, the same type of occupation we were under when the British founded the 13 colonies, if you believe any of our fake bullshit controller history. And we're they're leaving us with the only option if our own United States military is turning a blind eye so that lizard people and these demonic gray aliens can rape and torture children and drink their blood and drink their liquefied remains and all this evil stuff, then we don't have a country. We don't have a country. We don't have a military. We don't have anything. It's all controlled by programming of NPCs to do the will of the controller class or the elites, which are these Jews who serve these lizard people as gods. And supposedly these UFO files are going to pretty much just prove everything we've been saying, that there is no aliens. It's all, multi-dimensional things from these other dimensions, which are lizard people. I mean, the lower fourth dimension, which these Satanists interact with, is hell. Okay? So they're basically communicating with these demons in hell for secrets and ways that they can infiltrate our third dimensional vibrational resonance and lower all of the dimensions downward so that they can, it can be hell on earth and all this evil shit can take place. And people just, it's so far out there, but the truth is out there. Okay? The truth is out there. And it's fucking out there. Demons and lizard people and all this shit. It's fucking out there, dude. We know. But that doesn't mean it's not real. And it doesn't mean we should just sit back and let them do whatever they want because it's just, well, as long as the TV's on and you can go get a fucking hamburger, everything's fine. But only at the precipice of complete destruction will any of these people awaken to the truth of our reality and what that means, and how everything we've said about the demonic entities, the aliens, the extraterrestrials. If you haven't seen my video on it, check it out because it covers all these bases. And the satanic god of the Jews is this black goo, which is artificial intelligence, which is in all your electronics and it's in all the TVs and everything, opening up doorways to alternate dimensions and stuff, where these entities can come in, possess the lowest common denominator of NPC people, the left liberal idiots and the boomer people. And this is why you have so much transgenderism and homosexuality and just random violent murders in the black community. These fucking black people are all fucking possessed by demons and shit. And it's just, it gets worse and worse and worse, and people just put their blinders on where they can't see it. And as long as it's not immediately happening in front of them, they don't see it, they don't care. And this is just, this is how civilization falls. Is the weak people just become fully corrupted. They don't value their own lives. They don't value the lives of others, their family members, the children. They're going to abort the babies. They're going to do all this shit. And civilization is crumbling. All first world nations and countries are going to basically they import the third world and turn into the third world. So there's going to be no more Western culture, no more, clean streets and nice buildings. It's all just going to revert back to huts and domes and nests. And, this is where we're heading. And people don't seem to really care. So, I don't know why we care. I don't know why we all just don't go full killdozer and just each person just fucking total anarchy because there's no options left. They've left us with no options. They've told us to trust this plan. They told us the military is in control and it's a secret operation and plan to save the world. And now it's exposed that it's all Jewish and we don't want to be mean. We don't want to say that it's the Jews, even though these people have been kicked out of 109 countries. They never learn. And now they've infiltrated and infested every aspect of our reality, and we can't do anything about it because we don't want to be hateful or say mean things. And it's insanity, and we're not getting out of this anytime soon because, the majority of the people are programmed, and they're programmed to love and serve these people. Love and serve the blacks. Love and serve the Jews. Love and serve all minorities and all people of different ethnic backgrounds. And we must serve them. And if you're white, don't worry, we're going to exterminate you in the next 10 to 15 years. And then no more white people. And that's how all of civilization falls. And then all of reality is going to be reset again, where then they repopulate again with white people. And it's just like there's no more actual human souls left in our reality because they've all been bought and paid for through Bitcoin, through the 401ks, through the system that we are seeing right now. Then this morning, the Supreme Court voted that all of the Trump tariffs are illegal, and he's going to have to give that back the gajillion dollars they've made off of these tariffs. So there goes your $2,000 checks. Still no checks, no refunds, no Doge checks, no COVID reparations, nothing. We're just supposed to pay, we're going to have to pay $2,000 in extra taxes to cover the tariffs that got fucked over by the Epstein Jewish Supreme Court people who have all been blackmailed by pedophilia and sex with children and murder and rape and doing faggoty homosexual stuff. It never goes anywhere except in a circle. And every time the circle goes around, we become in a worse and worse place. So I called it a few months back that they would declare these tariffs as illegal. I don't remember when I said it. It was definitely last summer sometime. And this is what causes the Federal Reserve based economy to fully crash, which we're hoping. If that would happen, it would be super fantastic if we got rid of the Jewish Federal Reserve banking system the private Federal Reserve System ran by Jews and got rid of it and pushed in the new gold-backed currency, the silver asset-backed currency, all using the XRP blockchain network. And when the Federal Reserve Bank collapses, hopefully, if it does, that will be the end of Bitcoin too, and then we will see the new financial system pushed in, if that is a reality coming. Which, at this point, I mean, I don't know. It does go back and forth both ways, but I mean, the excuse of we're waiting for the people to wake up is kind of ridiculous because of how much people who do try to wake people up are suppressed to the point where nobody is seeing these alternative ideas. It's like the boomer MAGA Q people are fighting the other boomer liberal Kamala Harris Obama fucking people, and it's just these two fucking retarded forces going at it. And nothing ever happens because, like every goddamn movement, they have to control both sides of the movement. Whatever it is, they always control both sides. And this is why we can never get free. Because the only way you stop the two sides of control is through individuality and individuality isms, where the people do not need someone to govern them. They are smart enough to govern themselves. And this is the ultimate goal of the Great Awakening, is to awaken the individual and to get out of the hive mind collective of the NPC people. The general public is almost to the point of retardation with their insanity and the kind of bullshit they're into, and just how they can never think for themselves. They don't have an opinion. They don't want to be controversial. They don't want to say anything that triggers any minorities or minority group or minority think of whatever the fuck these people just are drilled into their head nonstop by these liberal fucking Democrat people. And it just, we can't get out. We cannot get out. And to the point where it is going to go off the rails big, especially if they're going to come out with aliens. And that's the big linchpin behind all this stuff is Operation Paperclip to Satanism and the National Zionists, which are these Jews. Okay. During World War II, Hitler and the SS, which is the synagogue of Satan, okay, they were doing all these experiments and occult rituals and all this stuff to contact these aliens, okay, or demonic entities, aliens, whatever. They perfected the way of channeling them and summoning these demons. That is how they get all these secrets, and they know alternate realities in the future and how they can game the system moving forward. Okay. The artificial intelligence does the same thing with probabilities. If it does X, Y, and Z, the probability is A, B, and C. And they can tune their whatever they're doing to get whatever required outcome they prefer. Now that is where we're at. And that is what is going on here. And people will say, no, 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 no. Hitler was trying to get rid of the Jews. But it's almost ridiculous to the point when you look at where the most Nazis are. Well, where's the most Nazis at? Well, they're in Ukraine. And who runs Ukraine? Jews. Ukraine has the highest Jewish population in Europe. And they also have the highest Nazi population. Does that make any fucking sense at all? Well, when you understand to learn and read the symbols and the symbolism, it makes perfect sense. But the people just they've been telling you to do your own research for years. I did do all the own research and I presented it all to everybody. So watch what I'm telling you and then make your own mind up if you want to believe the official version of our reality or what is kind of the truth going on that can be backed by factual accounts and data, symbolism, and all this kind of stuff. So it's just like I know it is going to come out. I do feel that people are trying to wake up, but it's like, man, the deck is so stacked against you. If you believed everything they told you 10 years ago, 9/11 was caused by Saudi Arabia and Saddam Hussein. I mean, it's just like the same fucking playbook. They're going to have another massive false flag attack. Usually, these world wars are started with a naval maritime false flag, thinking of some ship, an aircraft carrier, uh, boat, an attack on a cargo ship, something, and that's what starts the World War. This is why 9/11 wasn't a world war. Even though all these wars are world wars, everyone in the world is involved and affected by the events of these controllers. Everyone has to know about it. Everybody has to know what the goals are, and they all know it way before the event even starts. And this is why throughout the Epstein Files, a massive section is missing between, you know, July of 2001 and October of 2001. So all of these 9/11 timeline emails are missing because it is confirmed it was a Jewish fraud operation. And this is how they achieve their new world order, right? Blackmailing these people. I mean, it's just like it goes in a circle, everybody. I honestly don't get why more people aren't questioning government. Everyone fucking hates Trump, but nobody wants to get mad at Jews because Trump's entire cabinet is filled with Jews. So it's the same Masonic operation of put one person in to control, and then if things go bad, you can blame everything on that one person. And they're all Masons, and Hitler was a Mason, and George Washington. It's all Masonic, and everything Masonic is Jewish. So it's I don't know. It's just there's a lot happening, but nothing's happening. We're not affected right now at the ground level, but the future is there is no future. There is no future if these problems are not addressed. And then Tuesday is the State of the Union. And Trump's going to give this State of the Union. Now, what do you think the State of the Union is? It's fucking broken. The Union is fractured. Everything is compromised. The world is being ran by satanic Jewish pedophiles. And we're just, all these governments are covering for them and they make excuses. And if you question it, they'll fucking lock you in jail for questioning our Zionist masters. And, are they going to, they released all this alien stuff and nobody cares at all because it's just talk. When they start releasing the pictures of the alien bodies, crafts, all this stuff, they start saying, they can't release alien stuff without giving us free power. They've been working on all this shit since 19 fucking 49. And all this stuff Hitler was developing from back engineered old world technology. And it's like, they're going to tell you it's aliens. They're going to tell you they're eating children. They're going to tell you they're drinking blood and paying your taxes, buying oil and gas because we don't want to destabilize the Middle East. And it's just like everything is a fucking lie and a deception, and people just go along with it because what else are they going to do? I'm really getting tired of how stupid everyone fucking is. And just like, how do I see it and can explain it and tell everybody? And it's like the people I've known from the past, I've been saying the exact same thing 20 fucking years. And everything I say turns out to be true. And you're still looked at like a crazy conspiracy person. Even though, they don't know anything about it. They can't debate anything about it. They don't know anything. They can't begin to fathom what the fuck is going on in this reality, but they can tell you all the sports players on some team. They know all about LeBron James. They know all about whatever the fuck, soccer and this bullshit. And, then it's just everything is pedophiles and child rape, and they're just normalizing it because it's right in front of your face, and nobody wants to accept it, look at it. They just, if you don't look at it, if you don't see it, it doesn't exist. And this is why 800,000 children disappear in the United States alone. And it's all going to connect to the Greada Treaty and Operation Paper. And I mean, it's all going to come out. They're going to release everything. No one gets arrested. And then they move forward to, we're going to lower your gas prices and we're going to lower the price of the grocery. And it's just like, that's how they get you to accept it. And there's nothing you could do because, if it was real, if there really were eating babies and stuff, military and the government would step in and stop it. And it's just like you look at these people, it's the same thing with if that was real, it would be on the news. And it's like, well, who owns the news? It's the Jews run everything. They're not going to tell you. They're going to subliminally tell you. They're not going to come out and just say it. So we got the State of the Union. I can just imagine what kind of fucking bullshit Trump's going to unload on us at this State of the Union, telling everybody the prices are down, inflation is low, I mean, everything they say is a lie. It's not down. The prices are higher than ever, and they're just going to go up. And we've just been fucked on all these tariffs, and the prices of everything are up because of tariffs. Because tariffs have to be installed for a certain time to bring the prices down. And now they're out. And are the people going to get a dividend from that? No, we are not. Those $2,000 checks boy, they just can't get their PIN to work to write the check. But whenever they get a PIN working, they'll get you that check as soon as possible. So, I mean, it's just like there is nothing good to really report on. Everything is Jewish, everything is satanic, everything is pedophilia. It's now getting confirmed there's lizard people and gray aliens, and these Nephilim are real, and the fallen angels, everything's a biblical thing, but they want you to trust science. And when you find out it's all biblical, if you find out it's all satanic, and you find out these Jews are the satanic biblical evil people that you should be watching for. They're going to move on to the next false flag, and the economy collapsing, and everything is a pre-planned thing to push this new world order further. And people don't seem to see it or care, and that's basically where we're at. So, I'm hoping this is going to fucking turn around, but man, it does not look good. The more I talk with people and the more everybody it's like you're screaming at the stars and nobody's fucking listening because everyone's too distracted with all of this stuff they want you to be distracted with. And we can't ever get out. All right, to wrap this up, I wanted to try a new segment. I haven't been following the ICE riot protests in a while. So I did have somebody on the ground. I wanted to get some information about what's going on with the ICE protests. So why don't we go to that? I'm gonna switch to that, and this is an on the phone segment where I'm gonna talk to an ICE protester. Okay, next I wanted to get an update on the current ICE riots and the ICE protests, and I've got some boots on the ground, investigative reporting going on right now as the ICE protests are heavily underway. And I want to go on the phone with Maria Angel Gutierrez. So, Maria, are you there, honey?
Fucking here, fucking out here to fucking protest ICE because fucking ICE is like fucking bunch of bullshit Trump shit, okay?
So you're protesting ICE. What does the day of protesting really mean for you? What is the average protest going on?
Get up in the morning and then we dress, I stop and I get food for my 9 kids and we go to get a basket full of food and drinks and sodas and we pay for it with our EBT and then we go to the protest and we say, fucking no hate! Fear! Immigrants are welcome here! No hate! No fear! Immigrants are welcome here! And we like yell and we like throw things at the ice truck and we do all kinds of fucking protesting.
All right. Is there any kind of like what are your demands for protesting? You're just there causing a civil disturbance, or you got any kind of demands that you're making?
We go to like anywhere we see ice, we say no more violence, no more lies. It's time for ice to say goodbye. No hate, no fear. Immigrants are welcome here. And about that time, we go get some lunch. We get some carne asada or some guacamole and chips, and we have some beer and some cerveza. And then we come back and we go, no hate, no fear. Immigrants are welcome here. No violence, no more lies. It's time for ICE to say goodbye.
So you're not really. It's just pretty much like you're hanging out all day drinking and eating food with the EBT.
Man, fuck you, okay? I don't even care anymore. Fucking ICE and fuck Donald Trump. Look, fucking Donald Trump deported my cousin, and he didn't do nothing, okay? He ran a fucking food truck, and just because he didn't have a license or a permit, and some people got sick, it's like, who fucking cares anymore? I'm fucking done. I'm sick of ICE. I'm sick of people deporting us and saying that we shouldn't be, getting EBT. Need help with my kids. Okay, I've got 9 fucking kids, so who else gonna help me pay to feed them?
Yeah, who's gonna pay for your 9 kids to eat food for free with the EBT?
People demand. We need to demand that we get our EBT because this used to be Mexico, okay? You're all leaving us stolen land because this was Mexico, and we have to make sure we get all the cervezas and tortilla chips and everything that we want because otherwise you're fucking racist.
Because otherwise we're racist if we do not give you free food that we're paying for. Do you know where that money comes from? It's like tax money that we pay. And we're the only ones who don't get anything from this tax money.
You don't get anything because you're fucking white privilege, okay? You got white privilege. It's your fucking privilege, okay, to fucking seriously send me money. And all you want is to pretend like you don't owe us money from when you took Mexico. So I don't even fucking care anymore. I'm just gonna tell you, no hate, no fear. Immigrants are welcome here. No more violence, no more lies. It's time for ICE to say goodbye. Okay, so fuck you.
All right. Well, thank you for the on the booth recording and goodbye, I guess.
Yeah, fuck you, you fucking bitch.
Okay, that went just as I thought it would. Okay, well, that kind of went exactly like I thought it would. It just, mumbo jumbo bullshit, but that's what people are involved in. They care so much about ICE and all this stuff. They don't really care about satanic pedophiles raping children on an island. That's too much. Somali daycare fraud and billions missing. Well, what happened with that? Nothing happened with that, and we've already moved on to something else. So sometimes you just think, how are people so stupid? And it's just like, well, that's just how it is. What else? To wrap it up here, I am working on my new documentary on secret societies, fraternal orders, and control groups. It's gonna kind of act as like a prequel documentary to my demonic entities, aliens, and extraterrestrials, because at the heart of all secret societies is the connection to demonic entities, Satanism, doing favors for these demons in order for riches and fame and things like that. So that's coming very soon. I'm almost done with it. The written part, I just have to go through all my pictures and I guess illustrate it. But I'm not drawing anything. It's just going to be pictures and stuff. But it's turning out pretty good. I was even thinking about possibly converting it and turning it into a book and having another book for sale because the way I'm doing my videos now, it's a lot easier to convert them into a print edition. So maybe I might take the secret societies, fraternal orders, and control groups, add it with the demonic entities, aliens, and extraterrestrial, put it together, and that will be a book that will come out over the summer. But I'm not having a lot of luck with my printed books and things like that. Haven't sold a lot of the What Really Happened documentary book and pages and my first book, The Great Awakening, and it's just nothing ever really goes anywhere because people are going to have to do about 12 to 15 years of research before everything I say becomes true. Because if you look at it, you go down all these rabbit holes, you'll come to the exact same conclusions that I have come to. And it's impossible to say, well, that's what you think. That's what's going on. And you can prove it very easily. And the more you look into our official version of reality and the official story, the less and less any of this shit makes any sense because they're lying. We're being ran by these lizard people in secret underground dungeon realms. And then you know, these Jews go into their dungeon tunnels, torture these children, make these blood pentagrams on the floor. They summon these demons, and the demons tell them, what to do, what operations they should be a part of, what kind of moves they should make in the stock market, and all this kind of shit. And it's fucking hard to believe it's out there, but that's what's going on. That's 100% what they're doing. And the whole Epstein Files shenanigans is just such a small part of the wider global satanic controllers and what they're doing. Epstein Island was one of like 13 islands, and there's been no mention of the other islands. Okay, there is no mention of what was going on at Jeffrey Epstein's Zorro Ranch in New Mexico. And they've already sold this Zorro Ranch to some Christian Bible study something, and they're going to turn it into a Christian daycare. Now, would you send your fucking kids to Epstein Island for a Christian vacation resort for a summer camp for Christian kids on Epstein's Island? Fuck no, you wouldn't. The same thing should be said for the Epstein Zorro Ranch. For kids, they should fucking use that as a bombing range and blow it to fucking hell with nuclear bombs. So there's so much fucking radiation you can't go there for 1,000 years. Same with Epstein Island. But there's always money to be made, and there's always extra money that can be made off of Jewish child sex trafficking. And this is why nothing ever goes away. And it's just they expose it, nothing happens, and now you consent to this, and it's going to get 10 times worse. The number of missing kids is just going to skyrocket up from 800,000 in the US alone to 2, 3 million. And they're just going to harvest all the white Christian children they can and eat them and drink their blood and grind their bones into fucking butter or whatever the fuck. And it's so evil. And people just don't want to look at it or accept it. So they double down, as they should if you're too fucking dumb to watch your kids and make sure they don't get raped and molested by some fucking weird pedophile. And the women are too busy getting their body count up and fucking 12 guys at the bar and 2 fucking black guys on the weekend, and she's getting abortions, and no one's watching her kid 'cause she's a single mom. She's got to get out there and do her dating. And now the kids are getting molested and raped, and they're on the computer, and transgender people are trying to make pornography for children because that's how they learn. It's just, it's madness. It's fucking madness. And it's not stopping. They double down every fucking time. And there's nothing, God damn, I've been telling people about this for years. No one fucking cares. They just, it's insanity. I know you guys watching this are fucking as outraged as I am. And we gotta think of something. I don't know what we're gonna do. But it's getting to the point where us not picking up arms is gonna cause a rift of us getting to heaven. Like, we've got to pick up arms and fight at some point against this satanic fucking evil that everyone seems to be okay with because it's rock and roll and Satan is so great. And just fuck, man, you are sentencing yourself to an eternity of darkness from the void of one of these alternate dimensions. And it's like, man, you really need to turn it around here, people. You need to awaken and hold his great name in your mind. King of Kings, Jesus Christ. And we have to fucking fight this with every fiber of our being. Fight these evil fucking people. We cannot let them win. I hope my words inspire people and wake them up. But I would suggest trying to get this information out to as many people as you can before it really is too late and we are hit with a biblical flood or God destroys us by fire the same way Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed. And we're getting to that point where I wouldn't really care if God destroyed the world. It's so evil, it's so corrupted. Everyone seems to be just complicit. Nobody wants to say anything bad about these evil satanic people. And it's just like, man, it's leaving us with very little options going forward. So that's going to do it for this week. I got a new documentary coming out. It'll probably be, I don't know, probably next month. I'll probably have that ready to go. I got tons of stuff to release. I've got a new volume 7 of news and current events best of. I'm going to have new clips for Modern American Gangster clips. I'm putting out daily clips on my Modern American Gangster Instagram page. And it's just, I'm fucking fighting every day, thinking of new stuff, thinking of new ways to get this information out, how to wake up these people. And it's just some days it's big and then it's just throttled down to like nothing. And I can't ever seem to bypass the the controllers. And we're waiting to wake all these people up, but yet the people who are the best at waking up these people aren't allowed to talk because they have to control this movement to the point where it's almost non-existent. The fight against these people is almost non-existent. Nobody will step up and say anything bad about these people. And it most likely is because they are connected to these lizard people and the demonic lizard people technology and all this crazy shit that is slowly being disclosed at a snail's pace. But it is the final pieces that have to be shown to the people so that they can either accept it or be ridiculed, and nothing ever happens. So I don't know. I'm going to keep fighting the good fight. I'm going to keep fighting these people until there's nothing, until there's no more fight left, and we're just, you know, God turns his back on man because, it's inconvenient for man to say anything bad about evil satanic child molesters. I don't know, people. We'll see you next time. Take care, and I will see you. I don't know. Maybe probably next month I'll get another video on the first or something like that. So I'll talk to you guys next time.